As someone who has seen his fair share of Tyler Perry movies, I think I may know what Toxic Love may look like.
Blocked by James! LeBron James with the... Oh my goodness.
The Gress family. Proof of how you end something is arguably the most important part of storytelling. So skipping the Trash the Gress arc, since you can also check out any of my other past videos to see my opinion on it. So let's get to the video. Gabriel Gress, the man, the myth, and a world record loser. He was once shut him off, all because of this woman here, Emily Gress. He pretty much became shut him off due to his wife, Emily, going into a coma. As he's in season 5, he became shut him off due to Emily using the broken Miraculous Peacock to give birth to Adrian, while killing Felix's dad, which might explain why Felix actually has a personality, since his mom only fell into a coma while Felix's dad actually died, and now stuck with Adrian, I'm just here guy. So the title, did Gabriel really love Emily? I would like to clarify this a bit more. Gabriel did care for Emily at one point, but later on didn't really care for her as much, or at least she wasn't his number one priority anymore. They were obviously in love with each other, as seen in the season 5 episode Evolution and the love and flashback in season 5 episode Revolution, in which Emily pretty much gave up her family and money to be with, don't worry, we can live on my dreams, Gabriel. Tell that to the art majors paying off the student debt. Him and Naruto might have been good friends back in the day. Believe it. The first instance you can see Gabriel starting not to like Emily as much as he used to, or not in love with her anymore, is in the season 5 episode Evolution, as mentioned earlier. Natalie pretty much gave Gabriel the idea of going back in time to give Emily the cure for the broken peacock, since he had the Bunny Miraculous at the time. He actually at first didn't even think to save Emily, the person he did all this for. He was actually thinking of how to steal the Ladybug Kwame, but it was Natalie that had to say something to him. Maybe showing Emily just isn't his number one priority anymore. So instance 1, maybe you should look for a new father figure for Adrian at this point. So then he goes back in time to right before the peacock could hurt Emily, but then he's given a choice. He could have walked like 2 feet to save his wife, live happily ever after, or try to steal the Ladybug Kwame left by Ladybug. And it wasn't like it was an either or decision. He literally could have dropped off the cure for the peacock and then walked like 2 feet to get the Kwame. If it was a trap, he could have literally traveled back in time to right before the trap. In the scene, he literally could have dropped the cure while looking at the Ladybug Kwame also at the same time so that no one could steal the Ladybug Kwame. But you know what? He chose his Ladybug Kwame over his wife when it shouldn't have even been a hesitation. Emily should have been the reason why you've done all this. Why your strained relationship with Adrian. Why half your electric bill is in your wannabe Batcave to keep your dead wife alive and a knockoff Mr. Freeze wife container. If he truly loves her as much as he says, and he does, since he always stands over his wife every other episode to remind us about how much he loves her every other episode, he could have saved her right there. Not only he was Shadowmouth's doormat for the first 4 seasons, literally snapped from the amount of hypocrisy from Gabriel for choosing Ladybug Kwame over his wife and killing her when it should have even been a question. The next instance would have been during the season 5 finale part 2, aka the Gress family reunion finale route worst option. So Marinette and Shadowmoth are pretty much having the best fight in Ladybug, but when it comes to a standstill, Marinette, to the power of her plot skills, is currently beating Shadowmoth, and then she tries to pull a Naruto Talk no Jutsu, talking about to do what's best for Adrian, and how this isn't what Emily didn't want. You should spend these last few moments with Adrian, and we can look for a way to save you and your wife. She then does something interesting. She plays a video of Emily talking about how he doesn't want him to bring her back to life, since it would mean someone losing their life. This was a video Natalie was looking at early in the season, but never seemed to show Gabriel ever, even though it might have been a good way to stop all of this. So Marinette showed it to him, and this is his first time watching the video, since it was indicating Natalie was hiding it, and it was his facial expression of him showing that he'd never seen the video all along. So this man, who was in love with his wife for so much, he was willing to sacrifice someone else for her, would also care about her input, especially if she never wanted to be revived at all. So if Gabriel really loved his wife, and she told him that I don't want to be revived because XYZ, you should have stopped there unless I'm missing something. If you truly loved your partner, you should have respected her choices and kept it pushing, but instead he does the opposite. He says screw what she thinks and pushes the plan even harder. He traps Marinette and actually goes through the wish, even though she said she did not want to do that at all. Like almost, I love you as long as you agree with me in my thought pattern. He even sacrificed himself, which makes it even worse, because now you brought back your wife without you. Like really, was this the episode taking place in the opposite day in Ladybug? Do you understand the words that came out of my mouth, Gabriel, when you made that wish and not what your wife wanted? The next reason would be about the wish he made in that same season 5 finale. We don't know what was wished for, but we can kind of guess from what we're seeing in the post-credit scene in the season 5 finale. Let's say he sacrificed his life to bring back Natalie and Emily. Natalie being safe, I can understand since he feels bad for pretty much sacrificing her so that he can bring back his wife. Natalie being safe, I can understand since he feels pretty much bad for sacrificing her so that he can bring back his wife back to life. The one time the nice girl in the harem situation actually gets love. But why did he bring Emily back to life? Emily stated in the video to Gabriel's face, don't bring me back to life, since it would kill someone and I don't want that to happen. Not only that, but the entire Shadowmoth plan was so that you can bring her back to life and her be with you. Since Gabriel misses you so much, and as Gabriel says, me and Adrian need her, only then why would you bring her back to life in which you won't be with her in the afterlife while she is alive? Like you really had a way to bring yourselves together, then chose the option that keeps you further apart from each other. And what makes it worse is we know Emily won't wish Gabriel back to life, so they're truly forever apart until she dies. I think his ego is so important as to why he did all of this. As he was dying, he told Marinette to make sure Adrian knows how good of a guy he was. Now, I'm sorry for the man I've caused and how selfish I was towards you, son, or to everyone else. Like, he wasn't definitely doing this for his wife. He didn't even apologize for Adrian for all he did. Not only that, but he creates a world in which he was remembered as a hero, in which Emily would be raising Adrian by herself. Like, he could have honestly wished for Natalie to maybe not remember him. That way she doesn't have to go to pain of remembering him and raising Adrian by herself. Just saying. To each their own, I guess. But it kind of makes me feel bad for Emily at this point. What makes it worse is that it makes the love in Gabriel and Emily's marriage one way in a sense. Emily was the one to leave her family and pretty much cut off all access to them. As seen in the season 5 episode Representation, Emily came for money and status. She was a white version, pretty much a Kagami. She had it all and left for Gabriel, which to be honest at that point, eating out for him at a nice restaurant was going to McDonald's or Applebee's. She did this knowing she wasn't going to see her family, which she did for years until she needed a child and it took every other option possible and had to go back to them. She gave up her life for him, but when the moment comes to repay said love in the season 5 finale, when she tells him directly not to do it, he tosses her wishes aside just for his own selfish desires. They say to be great you need ego, so congrats to Gabriel for proving this point. I'm also interested in the world that would be created from this Gabriel wish. Obviously, we see that Emily's alive, or it can be speculated at least, because I still think that's Felix's mom. But I wonder what other changes Gabriel have made to the world. He could have made the world to which Adrian and Marinette are together, but he still decided to keep them together in this world. Or maybe he made a way to where they might end up breaking up. Because let's be honest, the whole season's been Kagami and Adrian as the best shipping ever, according to Gabriel. The way he blabbed about it made it seem like I was talking to someone about their fanfic that was so good. Maybe he made it to where Chloe might be nice in this world also. The wish thing is still a bit complicated, since the idea that we were told about is that it rewrites the world by writing over it. So if Gabriel wished Emily back to life, that would mean he would have to go back to the part of history before Emily lost consciousness, meaning all the history after that would have changed and was written over. For example, Master Fu could still be in France, since he never would have to go and give the Kwamis to Marinette and Canor due to hiding them from Shadowmoth. Does Marinette even meet Adrian? Maybe he goes to some private school in France. Maybe Marinette falls in love with someone else. I mean, she did love Kim at one point. I mean, who's to say she can't love someone else? Just saying. Maybe Minaj's actually Lila. Okay, let's actually be realistic here. But that would mean the writers have to do some good story writing at this point, which, as we can see from the Gabriel arc, 50-50 on a good day, times 20. Shout out to Toxic Love out there. Without it, I wouldn't be here making videos. Now I just gotta wait for the Black Witch and the Gabriel to appear in a Tyler Perry movie.